Welcome to control system session. The presenter is Ngesa Muema. Today we are going to look at basic elements of control systems. To start with, let us begin with the learning outcomes. By the end of the topic, the trainee should be able to state two main branches of control system. 2. Define each element of control systems. 3. Give examples of both types or both branches of control systems. And finally, state the advantages and disadvantages of each element of the control system. There are two main branches of control systems. That is, one, the open loop system and the closed loop control system. Below shows a block diagram that represents the components of a general control system. That is, it consists of the input, which is also referred to as the objective. Then it has the control element, and finally the output or the result. Let us now start with open loop control system. The open loop control system is also called the non-feedback system. That is, the open loop systems are those systems in which the output has no effect on the control action. Down here is a block diagram that represents an open loop system. As you can see, there is no feedback loop. There is no feedback loop. We have the desired process response, that is the input. Then we have the controller. Then we have the process input, which is also referred to as the controller output. Then we have the process. And finally, the output is referred to as the process output. Some of the practical examples of open loop control systems include the electric hard dryer, whereby the hot air is the output and it comes out as long as you keep your hand under the machine, irrespective of how much your hand is dried. Another example is an automatic washing machine, and this machine runs according to the preset time irrespective of washing is completed or not. We also have the bread toaster. This machine runs as per adjusted time irrespective of toasting is completed or not. The other examples are the automatic tea or coffee maker, and another one is timer based clothes dryer. Advantages of the open loop control systems include it is simple in construction and design. It is also economical to use. It is also easy to maintain, and it is also said to be generally stable. It is also convenient to use as output is difficult to measure. Disadvantages of open loop control systems include that they are inaccurate. They are also unreliable in that any change in output cannot be corrected automatically. The second type of control system we've said is closed loop system. That is the closed loop control system. Let's try to understand what is a closed loop control system. The closed loop control system is also referred to as the feedback system. That is, output is fed back to the input. So the control action is independent on the desired output. In a closed loop control system, the actuating error signal, which is the difference between the input signal and the feedback signal, that is, which may be the output signal itself or a function of the output signal, and its derivative and or integrals is fed to the controller so as to reduce the error and bring the output of the system to undesired value. The block diagram below now represents a closed loop system. That is, it has the input, the controller, the process, the output. And now you can see from the output, we have a feedback loop that is being fed back to the input. It is being fed back to the input. Some of the practical examples of the closed loop system includes the automatic electric iron, whereby we have the heating element being controlled by the output temperature of the iron. We have the servo voltage stabilizer. The voltage controller operates depending upon the output voltage of the system. Another example is the water level controller, whereby input water is controlled by water level of the reservoir. Other more examples include the missiles launched and auto-tracked by radar. The direction of missile is controlled by bearing the target and the position of the missile. Another example is an air conditioner, whereby an air conditioner functions depending upon the temperature of the room. Another example is the cooling system in a car or in a vehicle. It operates depending upon the temperature which it controls. Advantages of the closed loop control system include the closed loop control loop system are more accurate even in the presence of non-linearity. Another one is it has a large bandwidth range. It also facilitates automation. We also say that it is highly accurate as the main errors arising is corrected due to presence of feedback signal. This system is also affected by less noise. It is also less affected by noise. The sensitivity of the system may be made small to make the system more stable. Disadvantages of the closed loop control systems includes we can have them being costlier. We also say that they are more complicated to design. They require more maintenance. Also, the feedback leads to oscillatory response. Their feedback leads to oscillatory response. Another disadvantage is that the overall gain is reduced due to presence of feedback. And our last disadvantage is that stability is the major problem, and more care is needed to design a stable closed loop system. That one brings us to the end of our session. Thank you.